Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for attention, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amir Hamzah. I'm from Accounting of Department, Faculty of Economics in University of Kuningan. I will to try explain about my research in this detail, effect of operating expense of operating income, loan to deposit ratio, non-performing loan on probability with capital adequacy ratio as a moderating variable. Introduction. Financial institutions are one of the important aspects in the economics of one of the banks. A bank is a financial institution that has a very important role in the economy of a country. The role of a banking has never been spread in encouraging economic growth in Indonesia. The level of good bank health can be seen from the bank's ability to generate profit and improve overall efficiency, because Bank Indonesia is more concerned with assessment based on the size of a bank company profit or probability with the return on asset. In accordance with the circular letter issued by Bank Indonesia, dated October 25, the provision for the ideal minimum return on asset for bank is 1.5%. This means that if the bank earned a profit below the value set by Bank Indonesia, then the bank is still not optimal in managing in asset. The probability value with the ROI indicator in 45 banking companies listed on the Indonesian Stock Exchange is still not ideal, because there are 29 companies whose return on asset value is still below 1.5%, and the remaining 50 companies are above 1.5%. In the sense that the value of or return on asset is not in accordance with the provision of the Bank Indonesia regulation, where the feature is due to the lack of management role in the managing the company to get maximum profit. The method in my research atau in this research is a descriptive analysis method and verification analysis method. The population research is 44 banks listed on the Indonesian Stock Exchange, and the sample technique used quota sampling with sample use of 175 financial statements from 35 banks for 5 years. The analysis technique used is funnel regression analysis and the moderate regression analysis with the application FUS 9. Result and decision. The first, effect of operating expense of operating income or BOPO on probability. The result of hypothesis testing showed that operating expense or operating income BOPO negatively and significantly affect probability with the return on asset as an indicator on banking companies on Indonesian Stock Exchange. With significant result, the result of this study can be generalized to all members of the sample. Negative coefficient mean that there is a negative relationship between BOPO and probability. The second, effect of loan to deposit ratio on probability. Result from hypothesis testing showed that the loan to deposit ratio had a positive and significant effect on the probability of banking companies on the Indonesian Stock Exchange. With the significant result, the result of this study can be generalized to all members of the sample. Positive coefficient mean that there is positive relationship between LDR and probability. Effect of non-performing loans and fail on probability. Result from hypothesis testing so that non-performing loan negative and significantly affect to the probability of banking companies on the Indonesian stock exchange. With the significant result, the result can be generalized to all member of the sample. Negative coefficient mean that there is a negative relationship between NPL and probability. Effect of operating expense of operating income or BOPO on probability with capital adequacy ratio as moderation. Result from moderate regression analysis testing showed that the capital adequacy ratio was able to mediate BOPO influence on probability with the ROI indicator. This means that the decrease in the value of the BOPO ratio will increase probability. This shows that banking companies that can reduce their operating costs that better the bank performance because the company can minimize unscheduled expense so that probability of sent by bank increase and ultimately has impact to increase bank capital. Effect of loan to deposit ratio or LDR or on probability with capital adequacy ratio as moderation. Result from moderate integration analysis testing showed that the capital adequacy ratio was be able to mediate loan to deposit ratio on probability. This means that the higher the value of the loan to deposit ratio, there are more the value of probability and capital distribution. This shows that effective credit distribution will increase the profit earning, and so that it will increase also in the distribution of capital. Effect on non-performing loan or NPL on probability with capital adequacy ratio as moderation. Result from moderate regression analyzed this so that the capital adequacy ratio is able to moderate the effect of NPL on probability with the ROI indicator. This means that the smaller the value of the NPL ratio, the more it increases the probability of the bank. And of course, this has a good impact of the increases in the bank capital inventory. Conclusion, based on the result of operational expense, operating income, BOPO, loan to deposit ratio, and non-performing loan affect probably together. This means that the change in value in probability is influenced by change in the interrelationship between BOPO, loan to deposit ratio, and non-performing loans. And operating expense, BOPO negatively and significantly affect probability. This means that the increase the book value of BOPO, the more probability value increases. Loan to deposit ratio has a positive and significant effect on probability. This means that increasing the value of LDR, the more probability will increase. Non-performing loan negatively and significant effect probability. This means that the decrease the value of NPL, the more probability increases. Capital adequacy ratio is able to moderate BOPO, non-proper BOPO, and then loan deposit to deposit ratio and non-performing loans. This means the capital adequacy ratio is able to strengthen the BOPO, NPL, and LDR. Okay, I think enough to my presentation. Thank you very much for attention. I say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.